The stream tonight. Is going to be, I just realized that thing's cutting off my face pretty bad, is going to be working on the trim. Let's see if we can work on this camera a little bit, y'all. Cutting on my face is not going to work for us. That should be able to get my face pretty good. So what y'all think about that stain we did last night? Wasn't that last night? I don't know, my nights are running in together pretty bad. The good thing is it's Friday. We can't go wrong with that. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to get to getting some of these accessories in. I'm probably going to have to wait till tomorrow evening to get into that, because this here, remember, I really need to pop this apart. We're going to have to do some wiring on it so we can tie into... Hello. We're going to have to tie into the wires on this so we can get this to light up so everybody can see the cool, I think it's cool, y'all might not, but just as an actual car part going in a simulator dash. It's air conditioner knobs. What else do we need to do? We need to wire up switch panels. We're going to have to wire up the radio itself. We got to wire up the power source, which I have. Our GPS unit, really ain't got to do too much there, but just install. We have our sim panel button box, and I got something really awesome to show y'all guys when we get ready to put this into the dash panel. Is I got some really cat out of the bag I gotta get loose, and I think y'all will enjoy what I have to show you on that. But we're not gonna let that out of the bag just yet until we're ready to showcase this in the build. So moving on to tonight, we're going to be putting on our rubber trim. So it's going to go on the edges of our stain boards. We'll probably be able to put in our dash vents and our round bezels here. We'll probably be able to put in this GPS unit because there's really no wiring involved in that. We could probably put in the radio brace, maybe the stream deck. There's quite a few things, seeing what how far we can get along. So what we have in front of us for tools, well, first off, what we have, they call this a 3/8 edging trim. Now at AutoZone you can go get the door edge trim, which that's what I originally got. I got it somewhere hiding, I don't know. Anyway, it was too narrow to fit around this. This was too fat, so it wouldn't work. So I was like, well, let's go online and see what we can find. So I found 3/8, and this 3/8, obviously it's big enough, but it's almost too fat. So it's like we need some oddball size in between, but we're going to make this 3/8 work because for one, this stuff here isn't cheap, and for two, we have it right here and it will work. So we're going to make it work. It's just a U-channel rubber. That's all it is. And worst case scenario, if I don't like it, we can take it off and get something else put on it. For our trim pieces, I'm not going to be gluing these in with wood glue. I thought about doing that and I decided against it. Instead, I just got me a little hobby I've had this over there with my 3D printer stuff. But this is just a little hobby hot glue gun. I got a whole lot of hot glue, so I figured why not try to use that, see if I can get some use out of that. If y'all got any questions, comments, let me know. That little chat box over there, it'll yell at me, let me know when you're talking. Some comments, for some reason, I don't know why, they might not show up till the stream's over, and if that's the case, I apologize. I'm not ignoring you. It's Facebook doing its thing. I also notice sometimes when I try to go back and watch some of my old lives, even if it's recent, like last night I went to watch the wood stain video because you see how it went, and I enjoyed that. I liked that transformation so much I wanted to watch it. And it was, I would click on it and it would throw me to another video. Evidently that's some bug going around Facebook. It happens. There's no fix. It is what it is. I apologize. I can't do nothing about it. But anyway, moving on. Let's get some measurements. I'm only really worried about the sides. So here and here. I'm not so much worried about the bottom because we will never see the bottom. It's going to be pretty much covered up. So, I mean, I could put one on the bottom, but kind of be a waste, wouldn't it? Even this area around here, I don't think I need it around this because it's going to be covered up. The edge, however, here and on that side, we're going to need it. We're also not going to need it at the top because it butts up real nice to the bottom side of our top part of our dash over here. So I don't think we're going to need that either. So let's just worry about the sides and we'll move on. Get this little doohickey out the way. It says limited who can comment on this post. I don't know why it says that because it is public. If you reply, I'll also be able to call. Let me see if I can work on that, Butch. Give me just a moment. Let's see. I want to give me a minute, y'all, because if that thing's limited who can talk, that's my apologies. I'm still here with y'all guys. Just wait just a minute. that's over there on Messenger. If it's not letting y'all comment, let me know. I'll see if I can reply back to y'all through Messenger. I don't know what the deal is. Get back off this. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's no problem. I want to make sure that y'all are able to comment and talk as you can. I don't know what the deal is or why it's not letting the comments come through, but anyway, Butch, glad to see you dropping by for the views. If I can't catch you in the messages, I can follow back up later. That's no problem. Also, be sure to check us out over there and OpenTheGrate. You can message me through that as well if you need to. All right, let's get to looking here. So, we're going to start off. This is going to be 16 inches. So this panel, we're going to start with this panel right here in that screen right there. If you're looking, it goes right here on this side, right here to the right of the drive, and it's going to go in this orientation, just like this. Bam. All right, so the edge we're going to start with is going to be this edge right over here. So we're just going to cover that up. This is measuring right at 16 inches. On the dot, so I'm going to cut it at 16 inches on the dot. This stuff's pretty soft, pliable. It's going to be easy to cut. Let's see. Right here. You know, Butch, another thing is once we get this, once I get up to 100 followers over there on OpenTheGrate and I start going live off of that, I think it has a whole lot of other options on that account rather than a personal account. So hopefully that'll fix some problems too. Awesome. You just got your trucking bundle yesterday. Did you go with the Moza or did you go with the Hori? Awesome. Went with the Moza. So mine, it showed up. I was thinking it was going to take longer than what it did. They actually got it there pretty quickly. The main part of my bundle came with, it arrived first, which was the steering wheel, the main part, the steering wheel, the two pedals, and the, shoot, it's slipping my mind. So the base, obviously, the steering wheel, and the gas and brake pedal, and the mount, which they say is additional, but what would you do without the mount, right? So it showed up fairly quickly. I was really surprised, actually, of how fast that showed up. And now the stalks, it took a long time for the stalks to arrive. Like, it took a whole extra week and a half just for the stalks to arrive. But everything came, it was packaged perfectly, it all went together smooth. I was really impressed with it. I still have not even got to use it yet. I'm waiting to get that whole experience with this whole dash build. So I hope you enjoy it just as much as I know I will. So this stuff has like 3M double-sided tape on all three sides. I don't know if yeah, so you can see it real good in the camera. It's that red stuff. And all these little things are so hard to get started without peeling off the tape involved. It's crazy. It's like it's trying to peel the glue off with it. It keeps on. I'm going to hot glue the whole thing. Oh, that's awesome. You've been watching the builds. I really appreciate that. You know, before I started with this build, I was really interested in watching somebody build their build, and the only thing I could find was a bunch of people that were just nothing wrong with it, obviously, but it was them using their build. It was never them actually going through the process of building it. And I mean, I enjoy playing the game, don't get me wrong, but I also just as much enjoying the game, playing the game, I like this whole process. I like the whole beginning to end. How does some of those builds get to where they are? And this is so y'all can kind of see, and an experience for me as well, of what all that takes. And if that's something you're wanting to do, maybe it'll help you on your build.
Heather Bunch says, the color looks good.
Yep, I think so too, Heather. The last video we did was the staining these dash panels, and we went with what I have deemed tiger's blood. Stuff's super sticky now. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up, y'all. And it's like so what it is, it's a crimson stain crimson, not mixed. It's a crimson stain on a charred. Basically, it's wood that has been flame torched and then resanded to give it this real deep wood grain look to it. I think it looks awesome. Like, I would pay money for something like this. Like, sometimes I can't believe it. Hey, I did this, and you could too. Y'all seen how easy that was? This is stuff y'all can do. If I can do it, y'all can do it. That's for dang sure. Alright, so here's our first edge piece of this thing. That looks like pretty good. That makes it look real nice and buttoned up. Ain't that a word they used to use? Buttoned up. And we're just cutting it off. Like I said, I don't need it on the bottom. Also with this, we're going to be having our other trim. This one? Yeah, it's this one. This trim here will also be going on top of this, so it's going to hide a lot of that. So where this is just some half round that I've kind of angle cut and put together, and we're going to be 3M'ing it on to the outside of this. That 3M sticks like crazy, just FYI. If I'm not a fan of double-sided sticky tape, but when you're talking about stuff that don't weigh a lot and you put it on here with this smooth glossy finish, it's going to stick. I'm probably never going to get it off, to be honest with you, but I didn't want to have to put screw holes through that and into this. Alright. Alright, Butch says, right, I came across your channel from the SimRig build channel. Yeah, so I actually haven't been part of that community that long. I just recently, I say recently, it's been a little while. It should have been longer, I'll put it to you that way. But once I found that thing, I was like, man, they got some cool stuff over here. Like I said, I like the DIY part of the whole situation. And so far I've had good comments. I've had plenty of people like what I got going on over there, so I appreciate that community 100%. And I'm glad I was able to pique your interest there, Butch, with this build. This is 16 inches over here as well, which I figured it would have been, but I want to double check. Always double check your measurements. Measure twice, cut once, I think is what they say, right? So we're going to go right here. 16 inches. There we go. So yeah, we got some crazy weather going on, and there's tornadoes everywhere. So if y'all are in a place with tornadoes, I hope everybody's safe. The weather this year with tornadoes, I don't remember it being this bad for a while. Our winter that we had down here down south wasn't really a winter whatsoever, which I'm okay with that. I'm just ready for some seasons other than winter and summer. It's like, when's the last time we actually had a spring that we can enjoy, or a fall that we can enjoy? It's always just been spring, or it's always just been summer, straight to winter, right back to summer again, it seems like. Butch, do you have a build that you're working on now, or how do you normally play the game? Fridge magnet style for my dash. Okay. Well, that'll work. So you kind of got it like on a metal frame. I'm going to, on my tablets that I use, I'm actually going to be using magnets for my tablets, like the cell phone holder magnets with the round circles on the back. That's what I'm going to use for those, to attach those to the dash. One of the main reasons I'm not going to actually build out a trim or bezel for each tablet is because tablets, you never know if they're ever going to just poop out on you, and it might not be possible to get the same one. And if you built a trim bezel for it, you're kind of limited to what can go right back into that same trim bezel. So that is why I'm going to use the magnet on that. What we got? A cheap rig from Amazon. So hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I was looking at some of those, and the only thing that worried me with those, Butch, was my old way. That's at my stream setup now. I have what's that thing? A Thrustmaster over there. It's Thrustmaster something. Anyway, if that thing gets to shaking and stuff, I have it on a desk. It's kind of like a table. It's basically what that is. It's almost like one of these, and I have it mounted to it. And if that thing gets vibrating or something, it just shakes everything on the table. And I was really skeptical of how those frames would hold up. Another thing I was worried about was, I wasn't worried about it. It just, I couldn't find any that was in like a truck sitting position. All of them were like for cars, which that's cool too, but I wanted to be what I stream mostly, or what I enjoy playing: Snow Runner, Mud Runner, and American Truck Simulator on my Sims. And I want to do that. Shoot, now I forgot the name of it, but it's from the same creators as Mud Runner, where they're doing the road projects. And but I was this close to getting one of those that you're talking about. All right, we're moving on to this one. This is all I'm going to put on this. That went on real nice, I believe. Even though it's just it's like, I don't know, maybe not even an 1/8 inch too big. It's like a 1/16 of an inch, just enough to feel that you got some cushion in there. It's no big deal. It's my OCD and perfectionism getting to me. I got to always tell myself it's not that big deal. I'm the only one that's probably going to notice it. I appreciate that, Butch. My whole hope, once I'm done with this, I'm going to, I got some measurements. I'm going to be doing some fine tuning, and some kind of way I would like to be able to give back to the community in these builds by either making the plans available or as, at least for the skeleton. Some of this stuff obviously is kind of cut as you go, but or maybe even doing some pre-cut work. I don't know. Just thought that would be neat, because no matter where you go, you can't find any measurements on anything. It's all just kind of going off the rear of your seat, you know what I mean? Let's go right here. Alright. Let's see how close we are to this side of this. So far, I've really enjoyed the whole process. You know, this whole technique of this wood thing. I probably never would have done this hadn't it been for this build. So it helps me learn a new technique, and I'm sure I'll be able to now use this on something else in the future. I don't talk a lot as much as some of these other streamers do. I get on there and watch some of them streams, and I'm like, man, those guys talk a whole lot. I don't have that much to talk about. It's like they would be nonstop talking and talking. And some of them, I don't see how they drive and respond to all those people at the same time. That seems like it's so difficult to me. I'm getting there. I'm learning. What does he say here? Butch says, yep, and all the button boxes in my mind are not set up from the truck setup. In my mind are not set up from the truck setup. For the truck. So, do you have? Oh, you're talking about the Sim dash panels for the tablets. Butch. There's a little delay there, so I apologize about that. Oh, the real button box. So you're talking about like this, something kind of like the Sim panel box here, where there's actual buttons. That was real easy to set up. So if you haven't done it before, don't worry. don't get too discouraged about it. That's pretty simple process where you go in, find the list, and you just click the button that you want it to work on. The hardest part for me was after I pushed a button once to set it, I couldn't figure out how to get it off of that button, because every time I would it's like, no, I don't want that button, so I'd try to click it or right click it. It would now assign that button to the right click or left click.
How is you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Robert? What's going on, man? It's a long time no see. Appreciate you stopping by. How you been? Now, also kind of something to do with like that button pushes or button boxes, Butch. On my previous steering wheel on my Thrustmaster, I added a toggle, a 4-way joystick basically for my blinkers and my headlights, because y'all know the Thrustmasters and the Logitechs, they don't have that little thing. So I added that with I think it's called a Joy Box controller, a little USB thing that reads stuff. Anyway, that was not a bad little mod there, and it was pretty easy. So hopefully it's easy for you to do there, Butch. It doesn't, and hopefully it doesn't give you too much problems. I don't see why it would.
Robert Fry says, do good at work now, what are you doing?
Well, right now, Robert, I'm a QA, quality assurance and support, at a manufacturing facility here in town. I was in the oil field for a while, doing systems and operations, and the oil field just kind of really got slow there at the end of middle of the year last year, and just kind of had to move around a little bit. But I like what I'm doing now. It's helping people. People call with any issues, and I help them out. So and it's not life or death. You know what I mean? That's one thing that's good about being out of the oil field, is it's less stressful. Man, some of that stuff was really stressful, y'all. Some of them decisions you have to make, and on the spot. Sometimes it's better just to sit back and enjoy things. What do you say there, Butch? I saw the one from ATS Accessories, but he wants $500 for his box. I think I know the one you're talking about. He offers different face plates and everything else, some chrome options, really nice stuff. When I was looking at button boxes, I was looking at his stuff, and I went with the sim panel box. One, because it was cheaper, and two, I was really just looking for, I wasn't really wanting to do a whole dash build at that time. And looking at it now, if I would have got one of his boxes, I don't know how I could incorporate that into my build, because this stuff it's pretty much the whole panel itself. Which they're really nice. I like them. It's just a little out of my price range of what I was wanting to do at the time. If you're able to get one of those, I might be kind of jealous. Them things are pretty awesome. The sim panel box, This one here. Of course, it's took apart. Obviously, it comes in a box. But this one that I went with, when I bought it, I think it was what, $299, $275 maybe on sale. It's the one that comes with the CB mic, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on the CB mic, because if y'all have watched any of my streams, that's how I don't stream with the mic on all the time. Speaking of mic, make sure that's where y'all can hear me good. I don't stream with the mic on all the time because in my setup, I actually have the surround sound. I got sound built into my seat with the bass and everything. It's on a big old sound bar. It's like the whole neighborhood probably thinks I'm in a Peterbilt next door revving it up the whole dang night. But and if a good song comes on, I'm blaring it up. But if I had an open mic, it would be picking that up the whole time. And also, I have kids that run through here from time to time, and that just wasn't going to work. So I only use this and key up as I'm driving, and the quality of this mic isn't that great, which is even more awesome because it adds to makes it sound like it's a real CB interaction. Also use that on SnowRunner as well. Push to talk. That's what I'm trying to think of, the word push to talk. But I thought that was a cool little option there. Speaking of that, when I first got this, the mic quit on me, and I had to take this little Duma floppy off right here and fix it. And I've seen that some other people were having some problems with that, but if you know a little bit of wiring, it's no big deal. They probably fixed that issue by now. That's awesome, Butch. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of stuff on YouTube yet either on this channel. We did a few years back, we had OpenTheGrate started out as a we did box openings for Horror Block, and we did reviews on those, and I enjoyed doing that. But Horror Block kind of had a horror story of their own, and just out of the blue kind of was unable to follow through with their promises, and I think they lost a lot of contracts. Long story short, there is no more Horror Block, which is sad. I really liked doing that. My wife and I both enjoyed doing the unboxing videos. But as far as streaming the game, I stream over on Twitch mostly. Why Twitch? Because to me, Twitch is easy to it's just easy. I like easy, and Twitch makes it real easy to get on there, start your stream, and roll. But you can find me, Butch, on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, obviously, and I'm under OpenTheGrate. That's all one word, OpenTheGrate. And on TikTok, I think you got to add a number 1, only on TikTok, on that. But once I start streaming again, it will be either on Facebook Live or Twitch. Those are going to be the two that I'm going to stream on. I'm probably going to also upload, once we get through with the whole build, I'm probably going to upload a series of these lives, probably edit them, because I do have a lot of dead time during these when I gotta like go out and fix technical issues. Anyway, I'll probably edit some of that stuff out and post these back onto YouTube, probably as a all in order on the project build, because something about Facebook now, they only hold your live videos, what did they say, 30 days, I think. All right, there's our two sides of that. That seems like that took longer than it should have. I'm over here running my mouth, that's why. Stream on Twitch too, that's awesome. Yeah, Butch, give me a follow and over there on Twitch, and I'll be sure to follow you back as well. All right, where are we at next here? Let's do, we got the trim on here. Let's do these round bezels for this right here next. These rubber trim pieces now. Ooh, it's like putting brakes on. They don't slide no more.
Enter Bunch says, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Glad you can hear me. Thank you for letting me know. That sometimes it. There was one stream I did, y'all, that I think the whole plugging in my hot glue gun here. It's like the whole stream. I'm sitting here just talking away and everything else, and nobody could hear me because something was wrong with the mic the whole time. All right, I got this plugged in, and we're going to be putting in. They're way over there. Let me go get them. Reach over here. Normally, this table is not set up in here, which I'm sure y'all could have guessed that. All right, so we're going to be putting these in here. I think we're done with this for now. I may use more of this if I see that we need it, but for now, that's all of this that I'm going to use. Clean up as we go, you know. Also, go and grab me something to drink real quick. Give me just a moment. All right, I'm back. Okay. My goal is to do a sim rig
Robert Fry says,
with the 180
I am
view.
currently at work. What days/times do you stream, and what is it that you're actually building their first time to see this?
Hold on just a second, Robert. Butch, that's going to be pretty awesome. Are you going to have a passenger seat in your rig, or are you just going to do a driver only with the dash and the screens going to both sides? Robert, man, be safe at work on your phone there. Don't want you getting in trouble. As far as streaming, if I have extra free time, I like to get on and do some sort of stream. I don't really have a schedule. I used to stream every, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. It's hard for me to stay on a schedule, but if I do stream, it's going to be after work. I work Monday through Friday, so it would have to be after work. Usually by the time I get all my stuff set up, which y'all will hear me gripe about that every time. It seems like I turn on a computer, I gotta do some update on it and restart it 5 times. But anyway, it's usually like 7 or 8 o'clock before I can start stream. And on the weekends, depending on what I have going on the weekend, I might stream there, and that could be any time of the day. So I wish I had a schedule, but I'm terrible with schedules, Robert. I apologize. But usually in the evenings. We'll go with that. Usually in the evenings. Let's see here. As far as what I'm building, we are building a dash to mimic an 18-wheeler dash setup for a truck driving simulator, which is American Truck Simulator is the main one. Snow Runner and Mud Runner is the other one. It's basically going to simulate an actual cab of a truck. When I say cab, I mean the steering wheel and the dash components. Gas pedal, brakes, clutch, the big shifter, that sort of thing. I hear you there, Butch. I was looking into the changing my seat out for an actual seat from like a junkyard or salvage yard, whatever you want to call it there. And I couldn't find one that was affordable to me. You'll see that I'll be trying to save some money. And when things are a little too expensive for me, I'll shy away from it. That's the only bad thing about hot glue is the little stringies, which we can get those back up later. But I thought it would be cool to have...
Says, are you putting everything in the dash?
No, we're just doing the trim work tonight, Heather. But anyway, I thought it would be cool to have a truck with the air suspension on it, like a simulator with air. I seen somebody have one of those. They posted a video of their build and they had that. I thought that was cool to have that. But it's a little out of my price range. So what I'm using now is a small, actually a small, pretty small size glider recliner.
Says, you should try fishing with your spare time.
Fishing. Well, I do have a boat. I don't do a lot of fishing. My last stream, I don't have a lot of patience. You gotta have patience to fish. It's not techie enough for me, I guess. But how's it going, Bobby? Appreciate you stopping by for a view tonight. All right, so there are the round. As you see, we got these little stringers in here from the hot glue, but that looks like it's doing pretty good. All right, next thing we'll probably put in are the lights just flickered from the weather. If I lose y'all, we might just have to pick this back up later. Let's see. like I said, the weather's pretty bad around here right now, so if I lose y'all because of the weather, we'll pick back up probably tomorrow with the stream. It looks like it's still going on though, pretty good. Give me just a second here. All right, Butch, let's see what you said. You said, yep, I know the one I was looking at for a seat is about $800.
Robert
Yeah.
Fry says, how is your dad and both of the kids bought a house in Texarkana, so I have absolutely no contact with anybody over in that area nowadays. Been here for almost 4 years.
They're doing real good, Robert. Appreciate you asking about them. Yeah, Texarkana, that's pretty good ways away. I know you for sure. Y'all got some bad weather going on right around that area. Be safe. Be careful. Congratulations on the house. That's awesome. And you know how it is around here. Ain't nothing too much changed in this area. So congrats to you for getting out of the area. That's for sure. But yeah, $800. It's too much. I couldn't do it. So I would like to. Can't do it right now. Now I'm sure one day I'll find me a good buy and go ahead and jump on it. All right, so I'll be putting these dash vents in here. Now, so these dash vents, I'm actually going to be hooking them up to a fan motor and have some ducking going to them. So these will be functional. I don't know about y'all, and when y'all stream or whatever, in my room, my computer turns into a furnace with all the screens and the PC and everything, and I got to have air moving. I'll be over there sweating my rear off, needing some air. So that's not negotiable. I'm going to have the air. Got these off of Amazon, by the way. My lights are flickering, y'all, so they could go out any moment. Got these off of Amazon, and almost everything you see here, I got a good deal off of Amazon. These little air vents here. I think they're for like RVs or something. They had some sure that still fits in there, no problem. They had some yeah. What am I trying to say? I'm actually going to put the bead of hot glue on the back side of this. They had some actual like Peterbilt and KW vents that were like chrome or what have you. And once again, you had to pay for those. They look really nice. But like each vent was like, what, $50? I got this whole set here, y'all, for like $25. A set of 4. I'm using only 3 of them right now. I might use the other one later, but all I'm doing here is just putting a little bit so it'll kind of hold itself and not back out. Alright. There's that one. What do y'all think about that? Ain't that pretty awesome looking? Like it's made that way. Something else we can put on. Let's wait. Let's let that glue dry before we put that on there. We'll go ahead and put the vents over here on this side too. Butch says, laughing out loud, I am a single guy and the kid is grown, so this is my hobby. There you go. Yeah, when it comes to that, hey, there is no limit when it comes to a hobby. Just as far as price limit. So get what you enjoy, because if that's what you're going to do, that's where your time's going to be spent. And you might as well spend your money on what you enjoy doing. So I have no doubt in my mind that whatever build you decide to go with there, Butch, you're going to have the time of your life in it and enjoy it. That's what Heather was saying the other day. She's like, she can't build. She's not good at building. And you know, it's not if you're good or not. It's if it fits what you want it to do. If it functions and does what you want to do, and you're happy with it, that's all that matters. So on these, I'm thinking about just to make them more symmetrical. Once again, this guy. Right, we got a follow there. Fried Pickle is now following. I appreciate that. Appreciate the follow. All right, let's see here. Now, I think that might be connected to my Twitch. I can't remember. Either way it goes, appreciate it, Fried Pickle, if you're watching. Back to what I was saying. So I'm thinking about, instead of them both being like this, putting them like this, where you see the little knobs over here that closes and opens the vent. You either go like this or like this. I'm saying like this. We're gonna go like this. There's no particular way. It's whatever you think, and that's what I think. So we're gonna go with it. I don't think we're going to need any hot glue on this, but we're going to put it anyway. That was a snug fit. I really outdid myself on getting those exactly cut out perfectly, didn't I? Wow. Way to go. All right, so there's those installed. That looks nice. What do y'all think about the Tiger Blood? The Tiger Blood Big Scooby Workshop now following. I appreciate that, Big Scooby Workshop. That's awesome. Thank you for following. That Tiger Blood stain, what do you think about that? I appreciate that. Was that you, Butch, Big Scooby? Appreciate the follow, man. Cool deal, man. I really appreciate it. I will definitely follow you back once I get over there on Twitch. Tiger Blood stain. I think that's looking awesome. And this poly still is not 100% cured yet. This will actually it takes a few days for wood stain to do its thing. But it's cured enough to touch and everything. Let's go ahead and put our hot glue on the back side of this. You know, this little pin style hot glue gun's pretty neat. it runs through glue pretty quick because the glue sticks are real small. But that other, you know, the normal style hot glue gun that has the trigger and everything, I don't know what it is about it. I got one of them over there, but I'll burn the heck out of myself, it seems like, every time I use that thing. It doesn't agree with me that well. Here I am pushing glue out the end of this thing. There we go. This is probably overkill, me putting this on here, but better safe than sorry. And the good thing about hot glue, it's easy to take back off if we ever need to. And I'm just daubing up. Daubing. Old dirt dauber. Just daubing this up so it doesn't pull right back out. You know what I mean? Alright. So what will be your air source? The air source is going to be just a turbo fan. It's one of the best fans that I've found that puts out the most amount of air. Give me just a second, I'll show you. It's I call them turbo fans. It's like the fans you can find everywhere. Turn it upside down until that dries, and then we'll flip it back over. And what I'm going to do, Butch, is get a couple of get about 4. Show me this one. Get about 4 of these this is 2 inches, by the way. 2-inch tubes, or 3, because I only have 3 vents. But put all 3 into a plenum, and then attach it to this brand happens to be Honeywell. Boom, boom. One of these right here. These things are one of the best style fans that puts out the most air. Like, it's on low right now. And they're only like, what, $12, $15 at the most. Put out the most air that I found. And that's what it's going to work. I have a push button switch that I'll probably figure out some way to make it work with the build and one of our switches here. The switch I got off of Amazon as well. It's like an extension cord with just a click switch that you plug the fan up to. So I'll leave that on low or high or what have you. Well, since I have valving on these, I could probably put it on high or medium. You keep that on medium and you just push that button and it comes on. And when you're ready, tired of using it, you get the button again and it goes off. Alright. I kind of talked about using an actual blower motor and using this as the switch on one of my other streams. But to use anything with this, I'd have to have blower motor resistors and a whole lot of other stuff. A whole lot. And I'm not wanting to go through all that just to make the high-low work on that. A little bit too much. Alright, what else can we do? We can do the Elgato Stream Deck mount, which will go into this.
And their bunch says, I like the tiger blood color.
Thank you. I do too. Tiger blood is awesome. I think it's the perfect, I don't know. To me, it's the perfect color. Alright, so this is where the Stream Deck's going to go. For those of you that don't know what a Stream Deck is, this allows me to play sounds. It's like a soundboard. I also use it for my OBS studios to switch scenes. This was a game changer. I recommend anybody that doesn't have one of these, get one. It's awesome. And it's going to go right here. Let's see. So it comes with this desk mount right here, and we're basically just going to mount, and it sits in here like it's, I don't know if that's magnetized or what, but it's like it feels like it wants to be there. So we're going to take this and we're going to mount it with the glue, hot glue. It's all a tight fit, which is awesome. I have to come in this way because it's tapered this way. And we're going to mount it to where it's flush out there with y'all. How's that look? That looks good, y'all. Let's see how it looks with the Stream Deck in there. We're trying to put it upside down again. Look at that. That's a real nice fit. Real clean look, if I do say so myself. Okay. I'm going to put some hot glue on the back side of this one. Make sure that's all smooth and trim right here. Keep having to remind myself to move this stuff so y'all can kind of see what's going on. If there's stuff y'all want to see or have a look at, let me know. I got all the stuff over here on the side just out of the view of the camera. And I can always go over there, pick it up, and we can talk about it if you want. What does Butch say? Butch says, there you go. That is me. Okay, we got that. So what we be using? Nice. Yep, I have the 15 button one. That 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's what this one is. 15. The big one looks nice too, but I'm almost, rather than get the XL, I think is what they call it. Rather than get the XL, I think I would get 2 of the smaller ones than 1 of the XLs. That's just I think that's the way I would go if I was ever to want to upgrade. That's what I would do. And I probably will do. It's not a necessary thing because obviously you can always just switch from page to page, but sometimes that could be a pain in the butt. It'd be kind of nice to have one just for changing your scenes and another one just for your sounds. I think that would be nice. Watch, I'm gonna end up, the more I talk about it, I'll talk myself into wanting to get another one. And it would go, see, look, I already found the perfect spot for it. It would go like right here. Right above this other one. Okay, stop talking about it. I don't need to spend no more money. Alright. So the next thing we're going to put in is the GPS unit. So I don't know if y'all remember what I was talking about, how we got the GPS unit. But This is actually, what does it say there? We'll skip that update. Okay. It's saying because it probably has the update for the added Missouri map. We're going to skip that for right now. Anyway, all this is an old phone. I had this phone that we upgraded a long time ago. This is a OnePlus phone, T-Mobile phone. Anyway, it still works off of Wi-Fi. I don't have it activated anymore, but the Wi-Fi works. And it just so happens to fit perfectly in a 1982 to 2005 General Motors Buick GM dash kit. The only thing I did here was due to the aspect ratio. Obviously a radio is wider and shorter. I just took some pieces of I can't remember what this was, and colored them black to kind of fill in the little sides there.
Robert Fry says, do you play or stream anything else?
And this works out perfect. Robert, just mostly driving simulator games is about all that I play or stream. Now, I like city builder games. I also, from time to time, might stream something off the couch. And when I say stream off the couch, that's when I go into the living room with the big 90-inch TV in there and I'm playing my Xbox. I can stream directly from the Xbox dashboard and stream that to Twitch directly. Of course, when I do that, I usually don't have mic and I don't have a camera. It's just streaming the gameplay. But that's my only other things that I stream currently. So what is the other gauge? Butch, what is the other gauge? Which one are we talking about? I'm sorry, see, I'm over here jabbering my jaw, not reading the chat. Oh, the 3 circles. The gauge. That is actually not a gauge. That is going to be for the AC, air, heat. I thought about doing gauge pots. I really did. And just don't really have enough room when it comes to it with what we're going to be putting in here. But that
Robert Fry says,
is how that's going to go.
Back to the old school days, break out the rock band.
And I will get this to light up OEM colors. This came out of a Jeep Liberty, like a 09 or something Jeep Liberty, I think. But yes, I did look into the gauge pods, but when it came down to it, I'm really kind of limited now on how much room I have left. Let's see here. Robert. Break out the rock band. You know, I really enjoyed playing rock band. Rock band 1 and 2 were awesome. I don't think there was anything better than that. That's a nostalgia feeling that I'll remember forever. But they just kind of stopped making them. I do have Rock Band 3 on Xbox One. I have all the wireless stuff. I have everything actually. And it still plays. It's a lot of stuff you got to bring out, hook up. But it doesn't do it like the old Rock Band 1 and 2. Like I still from time to time would rather pop in Rock Band 1 and 2 on the old 360 and play it and them old soundtracks, because a lot of those songs you can't play on the Rock Band 3 or the Rock Band 4. But anyway, yeah, I miss those days. Those days were awesome. Anyway, so back to this. The phone. I put a 90-degree dongle on here. Got an extra one right here. I can kind of show y'all. So we'll be able to hook up the charge cable. These are going to stay plugged in and charged. Now obviously we'll probably want to put these on a box. This little doodad right here for all of our chargers when we get ready to hook them up. But anyway, so y'all know when you plug in the phone, it kind of goes straight down, where I had to have a 90-degree dongle there so I can plug it in and it shoots it out the back. It's hard to see, but it's over here on this side of the phone area where that little dongle is. And what I'm going to do also with this, I had to kind of notch out for the volume keys, and I didn't notch it out completely at the top, but I did kind of give it a little bit with the Dremel on the inside here so it doesn't push the power button, because when I first put it in there, it was hitting the power and the volume buttons. It was trying to do go into the reboot mode, but I notched that out with the Dremel tool so I can use this in the future. And then if I ever do want to use the power key, I just give this whole bezel right here a squeeze, and it should, let's see, squeeze right there. There you go. And it goes right off. There's enough give there that it's working real close together, so it works. Anyway, so we're going to put a little bit of glue, hot glue, on the back side of this. Just so this doesn't pop out. And fall out the bottom of the dash. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I just put 4 little dabs of glue on that so it won't pop out. Alright, Butch says, I like your thinking style, sounds like me too. Yeah, I mean, I was like, this thing's gonna work. Let's use this. I was real close to looking on Amazon to finding just a smaller screen to mimic, or a smaller tablet to mimic that, and that just kind of worked out perfect. Every now and then, we get lucky with stuff like that, Butch. I got hot glue webs all over me. Alright, so this is where we can probably go ahead and put in the GPS unit. It's also a pretty good tight squeeze. Now I have set screws on this, so I don't have to have hot glue on it. How's our fit look from the front? I think that looks pretty good. Don't y'all think the black against the tiger blood has a real good contrast? It just looks smooth, looks clean, looks elegant, looks badass. All right. Let's set this. Let's move this out the way. I feel like I'm playing the slider puzzle. I have to slide things around to get things to fit every now and then. Are we through with the hot glue? I think for now we're through with the hot glue. I'm going to unplug it. I went too long without burning myself now, so we're not going to risk it any further. Set that up there. All right. Now, what do we need? Okay, I need to put the set screws in here. So these little blocks here, if you're seeing these on here, I had to add those on there so I had enough room to screw these down, because when this is in here, you'll notice that this doesn't really, oh, got it upside down. It doesn't all the way fit or go all the way to the, it doesn't sit flush. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. And I had to have me a spacer there so it wouldn't push against my rings here. That's why those are there, if y'all are wondering. Alright, let's get this, and we're going to get our spacers out. Or not our spacers, our backing here. One, two, three. Trying to remember where things went can be a bit difficult. I have to get my other screwdriver set out for these screws. That might work. Yeah, it's going. Okay. I'm going to have a washer on that. Alright, Butch says, so are you going to have the car stereo work too? Yes. The car stereo is going to work 100%. It's going to have a CD player in it. It's going to have Bluetooth radio. It's going to have an actual radio, FM radio. It's going to have all of that. We're going to power it with the 12 volt source that's also going to power the lighting and the switch panel box that we have. We're not going to have radio speakers though. The radio is actually going to be connected. I'm going to put another washer on this just to be safe. I don't want these poking through. Might be overkill, but better safe than sorry, you know. So it's the radio output. Instead of hooking regular car stereo speakers up to it, it's the line feed out of the RCAs. It's going to be going directly into the PC. So my listeners on the stream and myself will be able to hear everything that's playing through the radio, just like it was actually playing through a set of speakers. So I think that's going to be cool. I'm going to pop in some of them old high school CDs. Come on. Yeah, Butch, I see some people do they actually have like some speakers set up in their dash and stuff, which nothing at all wrong with that, but I figured since I already have my sound system and sound bar and subwoofer and everything built into my setup as it is now, we're just going to do it the easy way. We're going to run that RCA cable all the way through the dash and into an input. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have to, if I have a line input with like a 1/4 inch jack or 3 or whatever, that little bitty ass 1/8 inch stereo jack on the back, like a mic in, but it'd be a stereo in line input, or if I'm going to have like a USB, like RCA to USB, but I'm sure that's no problem. They probably make a million of something that'll work like that. Cool, I like that idea. Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. Just to be able to, now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with using the built-in radio that's on American Truck Simulator if you know how to go in and add radio stations. But I'll tell you what gets annoying on that is if you change a radio station on the American Truck Simulator radio, it's like plays the same ad over. So you'll have to listen to the same ad every time you change the radio station. That gets annoying. And SnowRunner and stuff, they don't even have a radio on there, and you get bored on that pretty quick. Now, speaking of radio and music, while we're having the discussion, Facebook, if I stream on Facebook, I cannot have any radio going on at all. It'll flag me for copyright and everything else. However, on Twitch, as long as I'm streaming and not saving to VOD, which is video on demand, I can stream with radio all day long. All right, that's in there, y'all. That's the GPS, the little pods here in there, the air vents are in here. I think what we can also do is we can also go ahead and we can put the mic holder on here. Plus, you have to watch out for the copyright music. Yep, you do. The same for YouTube too. So I streamed I've streamed a couple times on YouTube, and I just, to be honest with you, I didn't like it. Now I like YouTube for having finished videos and posting them over there. I like YouTube for that. But as far as streaming, I do not care for streaming on YouTube. There's the mic holder. And now let's do this radio. I don't think there's a top or bottom. There used to be tops and bottoms and what have you, but looks like we're good to go either way on this. It's kind of universal. They've pretty much dummy-proofed it. That ain't saying much for me, though, me installing this. I'll find a way to screw it up. See, there is a little difference right there. See, I told you. Small difference. And right there. But there's nothing different on the radio itself. I don't know what those little extra indentions are and why that has a different key out on the one side. I guess I better look at the instructions real quick, because if I put that in there backwards and have to take it out, I'd be a little upset. So, Butch, on streaming on YouTube, are you able to put music on there as long as you don't save your live streams, or they kick you off during the live like Facebook does? Like Facebook will just kind of, it'll like block you completely out. It'll mute you and make your sometimes it'll even black out your stream. Let's see, installation. Y'all bear with me while I look through this. Remove the key from the ignition. Okay, got it from the ignition. Disconnect the battery. Check. Installing the unit in dash mounting. So there's really no exact way of how this goes on, or it would be very, yeah, looks like it's universal, so we put it on any direction. All right, carrying on, moving on. So I'll pop this in. I have not done YouTube yet, but I've heard from others that they will demonetize that stream and give you a strike. Yeah, I'm almost positive they will do that.
Robert Fry says, how did you get started in truck driver simulation?
How did I get started in American Truck Simulator? So I really enjoy driving and realism in driving. So I was trying to find a good simulator where I could that I could use. And as far as all the car simulators, it was always racing. Like 99% of them are racing simulators. And now, yeah, you could probably like get Forza Horizon or whatever, or GTA and stuff like that. But that's not a simulator to me. What I landed on was American Truck Simulator, just because I like slow-based games. I don't like sometimes fast-paced is fine, but for the most part, I enjoy driving in a slow pace and just kind of being systematic with things and trying to follow. I like to follow the actual DOT regulations, so to speak. You know, I like staying in the lane. I like using my blinkers. Proper lane changes. I try not to have accidents. That's just stuff I enjoy, and there's not a whole lot of games that allow you to do that. Like, if they could take American Truck Simulator and mix it with Beam NG, yeah, that would be awesome. That would be like the best game ever. All right, so what we're going to do with this thing has little tabs. It's just like if you've ever installed a car radio single DIN, which these have almost become obsolete now, but they were back in the 90s, early 2000s, this is all you had. Anyway, you have to kind of bend these little metal tabs up, and that holds it in here. So that's what we're going to do now. And try not to mess this up over here. I apologize for the views on some of this, because I try to make sure y'all can see everything, but I can't do it on all things. All the time, anyway. Robert, what games do you play, Robert? Do you do any streaming? Butch, same with you. Obviously, you do some driving simulators. Do you? What's your favorite games as well?
Robert Fry says, honestly, I do more collecting than I do actual playing nowadays. My retro collection has exploded beyond normal bounds, but do play a little bit of Call of Duty, a lot of dungeon crawlers, and a little bit of Destiny 2 still. Robert Fry says, no.
I hear you. Well, that's cool that you got a good collection going. I have all my old original systems, which I really need to get those out and try to display them. They're in a closet. I got my little arcade room here that I built. Of course, most of it is arcade 1-up. Some people like them, some people hate them, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I really enjoy them. They serve the purpose to kind of, they're small enough where, like, there's no way I could have this many arcades if they were full-size arcades in this room. But they get they scratch the itch, so to speak. And the digital pinball game over there is pretty cool. I was super close to buying an actual pinball machine. I just really like the mechanics on a pinball machine. Y'all gonna mess around one day and see one in here. But that's cool that you got a good collection going, Robert. Butch, I do ATS and Farming Simulator 25 mainly. Oh, you know, that's another one that I really enjoyed playing, was the Farming Simulator. I almost forgot all about it. What was the last Farming Simulator I played? It was in the teens. 18 maybe. Anyway, I spent hours playing that game. I don't know what it is about that game. You can sink some time into it. Just like, why was I just plowing a field for 3 hours? I have no idea. Why was I mowing this grass? And it might have been 19, Butch. I know it was in the teens. But yes, I like that game. It's weirdly addicting. So yeah, that's a good pick there. I wonder what it would be like with this trucking bundle playing that. It'd be pretty neat. All right, I got this in here pretty good and snug. I think we're good on this. I'm gonna try to get maybe this one just a little bit more. There we go. All right, so that frame is in there. That's ready for mounting. What's next? Are you going to use a tablet as the dash gauges? Yes. Butch, yes, I am going to use a tablet for the dash gauges. The reason so is for the ease of playing different games and it be useful for multiple games. Rather than actual put speedometer and RPM gauges in it. I wanted to go, I thought long and hard about it because I was on edge either way. And I was like, let's just do the tablet. which it's going to be going center of the dash for the main. Of course, you can't see because of the. I'll get down. Anyway, it's going to be going center of the dash right here. And it's going to be, which tablet is it? That's the one that I bought off of Amazon. It's this tablet right here that we're going to be using. So I had, I got Kindles. I got a few Kindles. Well, you can't get Play Store on Kindle without doing a whole bunch of backdoor stuff, and it's a pain in the butt. So I just went and grabbed one of these tablets off of Amazon for like $60. This is a 10-inch tablet, the same as a Kindle Fire HD 10. And it has the full Play Store on it. It's not the light Play Store or whatever the Play Store Go. It don't have that. This has a full Play Store on it. And I'm going to be using Sim Dash Panel. I think that's the name of the app. Forgive me if I'm wrong. With this. Same thing I'm using with the GPS. Because it'll give me more options rather than trying to find some type of USB reader, converter, digital thing for actual built-in gauges. Hope that answers your question on that, Butch. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's the best way to go. And some of them gauges, if you get into the community, by the way, on that Sim Dash Panel, some of them things are awesome. On my, I got like 3 of them picked out already that I like to use. One of them is the Res Built, where it's got the yellowish looking gauges on it. The other one is I like the OEM Mac Anthem gauges. I don't know why I like the Mac Anthem stuff, and I also like the one with the Punisher gauges on it. That looks cool to me. Okay. I think out of simplicity, we can go ahead. No, so I can't put this in yet. The reason why I can't put this is the switches. The reason why I can't put this in yet is because there's a screw right here that's just barely behind this. So I'm going to have to wait to put this in. What am I going to power with this once I do get it put in there? Don't that look awesome? And it's going to light up blue. So what it's going to power is going to be the lights. For when I turn the lights on this, it'll power these up. I'm thinking about putting some other kind of dash lights on here as well. Maybe some kind of some red under dash lights I think would look cool. That would be able to power that up. There's just lots of things that this can be for later on down the line if I ever want to add them on here. And I would probably like to eventually see if I can make my fan probably work with one of these on and off switches here. But for looks, we'll just set it there for now. Also, put our string deck in down here. Perfect. I'm not going to install this yet because we got to open it up. There's the faceplate of the radio. If y'all haven't seen that yet, it's a JVC. It will also light up blue. I think it lights up all kinds of colors, but we're going to use blue. It's kind of the gauge theme that we're going with. Obviously, you know what the CM dash panel looks like. Like I said, I have a surprise for these, and we're going to display these whenever we put it all on over there. So stick around for that. Be looking for that video. Hopefully I can do that. Hoping I might be able to do that tomorrow, y'all. What else can we do just for looks? We can set this up. That's how that's going to go there. This will be going here, just to kind of split those two upper and lower dashes up. This is going to be going here. That's going to be going there, right about. Just kind of give y'all an idea of what we have to look forward to. A little bit at a time, right? It's getting there slowly but surely. I think it's going to look really good. It's going to look really good, clean, and cut. So far, there's nothing about this build that I am disappointed with. It's going along very well. But anyway, I think that's where our video is probably going to end tonight, y'all. It's 11:30 almost here on my side of town. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream tonight. I appreciate the views. If you haven't already, go over there to OpenTheGrate Facebook page. Please follow that. I'm trying to get up to 100 followers so I can start streaming from that side of town. And Butch, I really appreciate the conversation tonight. That was very enjoyable. Thank you for being engaging. I enjoyed that. It's good talking to you. I will also get over there and give you a follow back on Twitch. I appreciate that. Appreciate you doing that follow on the Facebook page. That's going to be awesome once I can start streaming, doing lives over there. Anyway, until next time, if y'all have any questions, let me know in the messages or in the chat, or you can send me a message. That's cool too. Till next time, y'all have yourselves a good night. Be safe in these storms if you're in them. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.